recording. Right, let's go to Mr. Bishy in Chertsey, where our car is. And guess what, guys? I'm going in today with a secret camera, and they don't know anything about it. So, afterwards, it'll be all going on YouTube. Sort the mic out a bit. That's it. Sit the mic there. Well, it's about there, right. So hopefully we can get them on tape, innit? About 5 minutes, 2 minutes away. There's a little bit of traffic, so you have to bear with us. The wife's sitting in the driver's seat laughing, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know about that one. Mr. Bishy, you're going on YouTube because you are nothing but lying scumbags. Mr. Bishy, Chertsey, Bridge Road, just so you know. I've had my car for 2 months now. And we're going to see what old Mick, I'll call him Mick the Liar, because every time he speaks, he says one thing, and then next time he speaks, he says something completely different. So this is going to be quite an interest. I've never actually met this person, by the way. I've only ever spoke to him on the phone. But let's give them their green car back. Let's see how my car sounds. And let's see what crap he comes out. I need to basically get him today to tell me what's been, what he's done. And now my phone's ringing. So if excuse me for a second. It's Mr. Bishy right now calling as it goes. Oh, you're just outside. That was them calling. So yeah, okay. So we're just arriving now. It's 16:19, so 19 minutes past 4. And I actually get to meet Mick for the first time. Right, so let's just get out of the car. Your lights are on, turn your lights off. Your lights are on. Right, so, which side?
Okay.
Oh, well, let's walk round. We'll just walk round.
Okay.
Oh, well, just go through this little gap down there. It's a bit windy, ladies and gents. It's a bit windy, isn't it? Right, let's see what he's got to say for himself. We'll have to go to the parts desk. It's not going to be here, is it? It's a showroom. Isn't it?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? All right? Yeah, I'm good.
Hi.
All right.
How's it going? Is it?
She's a diamond.
Are you sure?
You've got an absolute winner there now.
Okay.
And
Is it making that noise? You know when you first start it and it goes clonk, clonk into gear?
we're going to go out there
Okay.
with the lad that's worked on it.
Yep.
The guy who's got one of
brilliant.
those.
Okay.
He's got exactly the same. So we'll go through it.
Yep.
We have spent another 630 odd pound on it this morning.
Okay.
The reason being, Phil road tested it last night,
Yep.
as I said to you. Got it back in on the ramp, and on the front end, you've got a cover that comes sort of under the bumper.
Oh, the engine cover, yeah?
He could see a drop of oil on there.
Okay.
He took the cover down, and there was a drip, and I mean a drip,
Yeah.
coming out the oil cooler.
Okay.
We ordered one in last night with new seals. I got into car care this morning. I said, this is where we are, this is what's happened. We've come back off road test. I said, there is no way I'm giving this car back with any sign of an oil leak. They came to the party, they've paid for it, so you've got a new oil cooler on there as well.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. So
All right.
let's go and have a look. And
So let's go.
so it hasn't been started up since what time?
I would say the last time that was started was probably about 10:30 this morning.
10:30 this morning. Okay. Did you ever look into that? Do you know when I explained this to you on the telephone about when you first start it
Yeah.
and it goes clonk clonk into gear?
Never done it this morning.
Never done it this morning. Because obviously
I'm
that.
going to get Phil out
Yeah.
because he was explaining to me about that.
Right.
They do it
Yeah.
now and again, but there is a way of cheating it, and he's going to explain it to you. But I'm going to get Phil out now as we start it, all right?
Okay. Yeah. So let's get Phil out, and I want him to explain to me about this jumping forward, basically. It looks different, doesn't it? It looks different, doesn't it? I mean, I've looked at like loads of them.
We're coming out of the oil cooler, which we put a new oil cooler on there today.
Hi,
Hi.
Phil.
There we go.
Hi,
Do you know much about?
Hey.
Do you know much about when you start these vehicles? Well, especially this one, and this is the only one that does it because I've looked at. How many you looked at? 10.
Clunks.
Clunk, clunk,
Yeah,
and then
I can take you to my house.
jerk him forward.
My one clunks all the time. This one actually, reasonably quiet.
Right. Is there any particular reason for that?
It's just how they are. I mean, some are absolutely silent, and others are just a little clunky as they decide to just shuffle in the gears. When they decide to, when you fire it up and it drives the oil pump
Yeah.
to select neutral in the box. It's nothing to be too concerned about, to be honest with you. And you will get a little bit of a lag. You can catch these gearboxes out.
Okay.
The more you drive it, the more you'll get used to it, and
Yeah.
you'll just have you'll have a workaround on it. This is less conspicuous because it's had, I would imagine this is a 330. It's had the torque limiter removed from the ECU, whereas mine's stock.
Yeah.
It's still got it. So when you go to accelerate,
Yeah.
it's a little lag, and it will go.
Yeah.
And occasionally, especially if you're in low traffic and coming out to a roundabout and you're sort of coasting and you think, shall I go, shall I not? And you think, yeah, I will go, kick it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you catch it, it's in between gear changes.
Right.
And
Okay.
it wants to go, say, because they run, you drive this, you watch the gear change, and
Yeah.
you think, oh, it's in quite high gear, considering you think it's in fourth.
Yeah.
You think, oh, if that was me driving it, I'd have it in third. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
So sometimes you catch it in between gears.
Yeah.
So you can catch it out, but it's just all about doing the mileage in it and just getting used to it and just having a drive around with
Right,
that one.
yeah.
Mine's the same. I drive mine, and every now and again I'll just catch my gearbox out.
Right.
So all I can say there is if you want to drive it spiritedly, shall we say, and let's just say you have a particular set of corners or in a roundabout or something you like to attack,
Yeah.
rather than use the normal automatic function, flick it out on the paddles. Do it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah.
And then you can hold it in that gear, drive around your
Yeah, of course, yeah, yeah.
bends all your roundabout.
Yeah.
And then when you've had your fun, just click it, hold the
Yeah.
upshift lever. If you hold it,
Yeah.
it'll then go back into normal mode.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, just with us. I mean, obviously, as you guys know, we've owned this car 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and I mean, the amount of aggro we've had with it. I mean, you can imagine, you know, gearbox and everything else. It's just like,
you've had with it.
yeah. But you know what I mean, like, but do you know what I mean, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no.
it got to a point, you know, it's not just about having the car in the ear 2 months later. It's everything that happens at home and everything else and the stress, you know.
Well, it is now-
I totally sympathise.
Yeah.
There was no way that was coming back to you without us knowing it was right.
Yeah.
And
Which is why it's been here for so long.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's just been a mare. I mean, we changed the box, then we suddenly find that the clutch packs
Yeah.
aren't reconned.
Okay.
So all they were doing was putting a used clutch pack in. Well, you've got a brand spanking new from Mitsubishi clutch pack in there now.
So I did the original because it was towed here.
But anyway, can I just interrupt for 1 minute because I just want to clarify this thing. Because you've obviously done all the work for it. You've obviously been doing the speaking on the phone. Right. Anyway, so initially when this car first came here, I was told that the gearbox needed a rewrite. Took the car back off you guys, took it home. I think it was about maybe 2 weeks later, the gearbox actually went completely. Then I brought it back to you, and then obviously you rang me and said, yep, it requires a new gearbox. So then it had the gearbox fitted, and then obviously we come and collected it, and then obviously all these noises were going on. So then we brought it back to you the second time. When I spoke to Oscar on the phone. Now I said to him, this is exact words I said to Oscar. This time it's been round, sorry. This time round it's been in the garage, so I'm a bit confusing it. I said to Oscar, I said, you know, what are you waiting for, sort of thing like that. He said, well, basically we're waiting for a clutch pack. I went, oh, okay. I said, so the gearbox that was initially fitted in it, my old clutch pack was taken out of my old gearbox and put into that gearbox. But you say that wasn't the case.
No, it came with a clutch pack in there,
Right.
which, all in good faith, we assumed that they're all fit for the purpose, but the clutch pack wasn't.
So basically,
Our hands are tied with the gearbox that we have to fit.
yeah. Well, it's only the Mitsubishi is so tight they want to put a reconditioned gearbox that's going to cost them £9 grand otherwise.
Well, the new box is £8.5 grand.
Well, the one that's got in it currently. No.
A genuine
Right. Yeah.
out the
Yeah, out of the packet,
Out of the crate.
in there.
If
Yeah.
I'm just correct you there, it wasn't Mitsubishi who said,
Yeah.
it was Car Care Plan that said,
Okay.
Okay.
because initially they wanted to source us a gearbox.
Okay.
Then they found they couldn't,
Yeah.
so they allowed us to put one of our, what they call value gearboxes
But
in.
if they'd have sourced us a gearbox, we would have been in an even greater hole.
Yeah.
So the fact that we've kept it all in house, I know
Yeah.
it's gone on, but it even started to drive me round a twist in the end because I'm thinking, Christ, you know, I've now done 2 gearboxes and I've still got another noise.
Yeah.
So I have done the initial repair, which was when the gearbox failed and you lost drive.
Yeah.
So I swapped the box out, you had it back, it rattled, we looked at it, we went, yeah, clutch pack. Swapped that out, it was all very quiet, I road tested it and then we could hear another noise. So we had all the front of the engine off, which I think was when you came in.
Yeah.
Picked some bits up. So I've done, to negate any problem there, I put chains, guides, oil pump chain and an oil pump because I wanted to get rid of it all.
All the major components, and you've changed.
Yeah,
So it should be as good as new?
So you've had new, as I say, you've had new timing chain, new guides, new oil pump chain, oil pump guides, and a new oil pump just for good measure.
How much
Yeah,
have you spent
and
on it?
so when we last brought when we last brought it in, when we last brought it in, so this gearbox in here now, you're telling me it's a completely different gearbox than when I brought it to you last time.
Yep.
Okay.
As I said to you,
Cool.
you check the gearbox number, whatever on there, that is a totally different gearbox.
Yeah, no, I've got the number written. I'm not saying it got to a point where I thought to myself, am I being lied to? I mean, you know, I really because of all the confusion and everything else. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like one person was saying one thing and someone else was saying something else, and
marginally over that,
you know.
had to do some
Well, this is-
internal costs to
This
Reading
is the
as well
second
for-
gearbox
Did you?
that I fitted,
yeah,
and I've taken it out again,
Yeah.
and I fitted a genuine factory, brand new, no one's ever seen it apart from the robot clutch pack.
okay,
Brilliant.
So the clutch pack that was in it
Yeah.
when it was overhauled has been removed, sent back.
Actually, no, because I haven't costed that one out yet. So there's another 2, so about 8 grand's been spent on it since
8,000.
it's been in.
And whilst it was
All under
here,
warranty, is it?
I noticed that the
Well,
oil
so
cooler
some
had a
of
warp
it-
on it.
right, okay,
Some of it
So you
without
got a brand
taking
new
the
engine oil cooler
I
as
mean,
well.
the hours he spent
Right.
on it,
Yeah,
we've
as
lost a lot
well.
of
There's
it.
no
Yeah.
good sending it back to you
sending
because
out,
I could see you
science
driving it
tester
down the motorway.
for technical
All cooler
validation to
splits.
it.
Yeah, of
chuck
course,
all
yeah.
All out, engines
So we
loaded
lost
in.
him for a day.
Oh, obviously you do a lot of work on these cars. Now, Mr. Bishy reckoned that you should change the transmission fluid in this every 30,000, but I've been told by Brett, he lives in Australia, he builds these cars and does all that sort of stuff. He reckons that you should change the transmission every 5,000 miles in this
Well, I
car.
change the transmission oil on mine every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Right.
It's not cheap to do.
Yeah, it's about 400 quid for the oil, I think, isn't it?
28.
Why is it so expensive?
Ask Castrol.
Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, I have heard that
If you bring it in to get changed, I can do a bit of a deal with the cost of the oil.
so.
You ain't got any spare oil, have you?
No,
45 gallon drum, that'll do.
like,
We've lost 8 litres on this job, haven't we?
just go, yeah, it goes down the plug hole.
You glad to get rid of it now?
I won't be sad not to sit here Monday morning, I must admit, but I'm glad to be at the end of it
Yeah.
and have
Yeah,
a
thank you.
conclusion that you're going to be happy with.
Yeah.
I'm happy with. And to be honest with you, I've probably done more miles on it than you have now. To be perfectly honest with you, when I started to doubt myself after the second time, and I went all around the houses and went, it's got to be in that gearbox, it's got to be in that clutch pack again. I took it up to the factory. And to be perfectly honest with you, this is quite a high mileage Evo.
Yeah, 71 now.
And I tell you what, considering its mileage, it drives bloody well.
Yeah, I mean that's my main concern as well. Obviously, you know, buying it, obviously, you know, with that sort of mileage on it, my main concern was, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know nothing about. All I know is from a mechanical side of things. That when I first listened to that, for me, it sounded like a cam issue. Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
sounded very cammy. I mean,
Yeah, we've
you-
never ever had cam issues on this.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you,
But do you get what I'm saying? That if you knew nothing about it and you are mechanically minded and you heard that noise, that would indicate hang about.
but to be perfectly honest with you, the clutch pack that's in it, apart from having an annoying rattle,
Yeah,
functions perfectly.
yeah. But I do think after a while these clutch packs do rattle. I think they
Oh,
get to a
well,
point.
yeah,
They
and-
get to a point where they.
And the more stick you give it,
Yeah.
the worse, the quicker you will wear it out.
Yeah, but the thing is with these, I don't think a lot of people know how to drive them. So a lot of people will buy one of these, leave it in, because they do go in. They can go in
If you're,
in normal mode. They go quite well.
if you don't
If you-
cane the arse out of it
Yeah.
every single day, it'll
We
last.
don't know. We drive.
But
it
if you drive it in,
like any other car,
Yeah.
really.
if you drive it hard, you should always drive it in sports mode.
I've seen one of
Always.
the clutch packs curl its toes up at 15,000 miles through someone constantly getting in it and going
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
of every set of lights,
Yeah.
every corner. Okay, you can say, well, that's what it's designed for, but it's a gearbox it's fine. I love the box. I think it's a great system.
Yeah.
But
It's not as reliable as a manual, I
it's
don't think.
maybe a tad marginal for something with 300 horsepower. But having said that, we do the 440.
Yeah.
And okay, they do put a big uprated clutch pack in it. They do put the big sump on it.
Yeah.
Extra oil, and it's water cooled,
Okay.
so to negate the heat problem.
Yeah.
But I think if you drive it sensibly, and if it was mine, I would change the oil annually in the gearbox. I'd just suck up the cost of it because
Yeah, because I mean, when you think how much a gearbox costs, the oil is actually relatively cheap, isn't it?
yeah.
That's what people don't. I've got £400 oil, but hang about. If you can do the gearbox in, you're going to be like loads of money. I mean, obviously you guys can get that gearbox for whatever it costs, probably a fraction of the price of what I could get it for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got to have it fitted and stuff like that. And then obviously it's got to be programmed. I think this car's got about 16 computers on it, if I'm not wrong.
Probably know more about it. I've never actually bothered to count.
Yeah, I think it's got about 16 computers on it.
Quite possibly, yeah. I'd have to
And
sit down and look at them.
I mean, if I'm completely honest, I mean, it does scare me a little bit, you know, and it's got that transmission in it. And I think to myself sometimes, should I just went for a manual? Because obviously, manuals, they're more reliable than I mean, if you want something reliable, automatic, fully automatic or fully manual, not semi-automatic.
I'd much prefer this over
Yeah?
manual. Yeah. The reason I didn't buy a manual is because it's 5-speed.
Yeah, that's true. It
And
seems like you're screaming, I suppose.
It's just buzzing its nuts off on the motorway
Yeah.
at 80 mile an hour.
Like you're in a transit van in fifth.
You need a taller diff in it.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think the manuals are a particularly nice box. A lot of them are very bulky. It's almost like a commercial gearbox.
Right, okay, yeah.
I just think the SST is a far better package.
Right,
Some people say, oh, it just takes the driving experience away. Well,
yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's great. as
Can
an
start
SST.
out.
Yeah, that's it.
Want to
Yeah.
jump in and start it?
Yeah, I just want to. I want to pop the bonnet first, if that's all right.
Yeah.
And I don't think I also
Yeah, they are getting a little.
we soldier it like that. You see them tyres? When we bought this car from Mitsubishi in Reading, they come out and I pulled them up on it straight away, and they said to me, it said on the advisories, tyres perished. They went straight out in the backyard, come back in with a new MOT. No, they tried to re-MOT it, it wouldn't allow them, so they come and put a pen through it, like that. Now, when I took this to the garage, yeah, he advised me, he said, if I was you, yeah, you can go fuck him in the arse, he said, because at the end of the day, take this car to Vosa, yeah, they'll know exactly how much tread, because they're professionally trained to do that, they'll know exactly how much tread was on them tyres when that vehicle was sold to you. Because that's what their job is. So basically, they sold me a car with perished, well, no good tyres on it.
You can't fail it for perished tyres, unfortunately.
No, but it's got to be road legal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of my bugs.
If I bought a car off you guys and the tyres were perished, I pulled out and got stopped by the police and I bought it 2 minutes ago, so I've just purchased it. It's just had an MOT.
If you had perished tyres that the tester felt that he couldn't fail, but he advised it, and you took it to Vosa and let Vosa look at it, they would go, yeah, that tester is absolutely correct in what he's done. He's not writing the rule book, he's just administering what he's been asked to do. Yeah. And it's one of my bugbears tyres is perished.
Yeah.
We get to suffer a lot of it now.
Right.
And it must be whatever they make tyres out of, because they don't make it out of rubber anymore, it's all chemicals. There's probably 1% rubber in those.
Yeah.
The rest of it is just all synthetic.
It was like that coach up at Hindhead when them people got killed in it. I mean, that was a 20-year-old tyre on a coach, and that's what blew out.
Actually, you'd be amazed how I see tyres on cars. Yeah, it's all date stamped.
So you're saying, like, you know, obviously so the clicking from the gearbox, the click, and the jerk forward, because it does jerk forward. You're saying that for this car, that's normal, because
Yeah.
and the ones that I've even got a video on the laptop now I can show you of one of these, on a forecourt, Mr. Bishy, and I've got the guy telling me that it should not do that. This car should never ever do that.
Everyone is slightly different. You'll never drive two of these that are exactly the same.
But that didn't do that this morning, though, did it?
No, I'll drive it, jump in.
But it's cold. I mean, last time it started was ages ago, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, this was
I just, when I turn it on, I'll just let the fuel pump go for a sec.
Just start it. Don't worry about the fuel pump.
You heard it slight there, didn't it? Do you hear it?
That's normal. It's the gearbox selecting neutral.
So basically, what it is that it's the solenoids, isn't it?
That's a shift fault. Moving.
So do you know these actual gearbox are actually relatively easy to fix, believe it or not. People think, oh yeah, they're really hard and all that.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, because you know the main thing that happens to these gearboxes.
Yeah.
Like when I brung it into you and it wasn't selecting the gears, the reason it wasn't doing that is because one of the magnets had fallen off.
what I'm going to do.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll do this cost you get, and I said to Ashley yesterday.
But you can't get the tools
Yeah.
to take them apart.
Oh, well, had to split them over.
You can't get the special tools to rebuild them. There is a limited number of tools available for this.
Right.
And all it is tools for the clutch pack and tools for the drive shaft oil seals. And that's all you can get.
They are quite expensive, these cars though, for what they are, aren't they? Do you think they're a bit overpriced?
Yeah, okay.
50 grand for a new one?
Well, the 440 was 50 grand, but I mean when this was new, this would have
About
been
30 odd, wasn't it? 36?
I think 36 grand. And to be honest with you, I think for the money,
Yeah.
you get a cracking car. You know, if you want a car to run really quick, A to B, there's 4 doors, put all your
Right.
kids in, and the dog, and your suitcase.
Well, you sound like you know quite a lot about this car. So when the warranty runs out, I'm a bit afraid because people do fuck about with these. Now, it's running 330 at the moment, so a bit of advice from you would be, would you reckon to run this car at 400?
I personally wouldn't.
No?
Why? Why would you want to run it at 400?
Well,
you can't use 330 on the road,
Yeah.
so it's pointless having another.
Well, there's a lot of competition out there at the moment, isn't there? When you're around the track. I mean, the BMW M1 was shit on this.
Well, it's up to you. If you want to dick about with it,
I better go back to the deck.
Yeah, no worries. All right.
Cheers, mate.
Nice one,
Sorry
yeah.
it's taking so long.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
And I've just said to
Sharon.
Sharon, I'll send all a hard copy of each invoice that we
Yeah.
produce.
Well, it's as quiet as a mouse now, isn't it?
Oh, it's a different car, isn't it? Different car.
So basically, it's how you look after it then, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean,
would,
how much are them clutch packs? 2,000?
yeah, by the time you've added that, and then
You got to have it fitted.
Change it.
10 hours labour, isn't it?
So it's very labour intensive to take it all out, and then to re-put it all back in. Because once you put it in, you've still got to set it all up.
Yeah.
You've still got to teach it and the computer all its pressures.
I mean, because initially I was thinking of getting it, remapped or whatever, but then I thought to myself, after all these problems, I thought to myself, do you know what, I think I'm going to stay clear of it.
I would leave it at 330. I've left mine standard.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need.
Yeah, I don't think there's much need to.
I don't feel the need for any more power, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just.
Do you think the Evo 9 was the best car they made, MR?
People ask me this question, and I say, they say, what Evo do you recommend? And I say, well, what are you after? Are you after the raw experience of it?
Yeah.
Or do you want something
A bit comfort.
that's comfort? And I say, if you want comfort, either buy an Evo 7, which I thought was a lovely car, or a 10. But if you want the ultimate experience, then go for an Evo 9 360 MR.
Right. Is there a lot of difference between this and the 360, like power-wise?
Yeah, the 360 is a little bit quicker. It's got more mid-range from the front in it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't tell you this, but yeah, if you would have put a full race induction on it and a Miltech on it or something,
Yeah.
then yeah, it will make it go quicker. But you will stress the gearbox,
Yeah.
and you will have to have someone remap it
Yeah.
because it'll upset the computer.
Yeah.
Because it's very fine.
Because I've been obviously looking into this unit quite a lot, and a lot of people will take this engine out put it to one side and put a 2.4 stroker on it. Now what does that do?
Well, that'll give you more grunt for sure. You can't. There's an old adage that says you can't beat Qs. So, you know, you're adding another 25% capacity to that engine.
Yeah.
I'll never bother tuning cars.
Yeah.
I'm into motorbikes.
Yeah.
And yeah, you bore out a motorbike, you
Silly power.
instantly, by boring an engine out,
Yeah.
you instantly raise the compression.
Right.
It's just happy days.
Okay.
And when you bored it out, you give it a bigger bang, as it were.
Yeah.
So, and also you'll get more torque out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you bore it out, it is a win-win situation.
Yeah.
But a stroke of block,
Yeah.
you know, you're going to spend
Thousands.
£4,000 on it.
More. I think they're about 7 for the block, just for the block.
Yeah.
That's without anything else, just the block. It's crazy though, isn't it?
It's always a knock-on effect.
Yeah.
So you do the block. So you think, well, to get the best out of my block, I need to do my head.
Yeah.
Once I've done my head, well, I need to upgrade that gearbox because
Yeah.
that's going
Yeah.
to curl its toes up.
It's internals,
I
isn't
need
it?
to do all the intake. I need to do all the exhaust. Now, do I do the turbo or do I leave it? Yeah, I'd probably leave the stock turbo on it because
Yeah.
it's probably far more traction.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But it depends what you want it for. If you want it for everyday use,
Yeah, I mean that's what it's used for anyway, everyday
I'd leave
use.
it alone. If you want to sprint it,
And then the warranty, if I just buy an extended warranty for this, that covers me the whole time then, doesn't it? Like say in a year or an 8 months
what I
time.
will say,
Yeah.
buy an extended warranty for this,
Yeah.
and you do dick about on it, you
Yeah.
do a lot of tuning on it. Right?
Oh no, I will keep this standard as it is, but also purchase an extended warranty. But the trouble is, a lot of them warranties out there are not worth the paper they're written on, are
Well,
they?
I'll tell you what, the people that
Car care, the one.
Car care.
Yeah.
Car care is about the best
they
there
were
is.
pretty
Yeah.
good, weren't they?
I mean, I've been around a few years and I've seen some Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. So car care is the one. Yeah.
Car care. If I was looking at getting extended warranty on a vehicle, car care would be the one. And you'll probably get the option anyway because it's got car care on it now. Although they may look at the claims that have gone in against it.
Yeah.
Say,
But that's what you pay for, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, how many people have got a warranty on their car that never gets claimed?
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? So they've got loads of money anyway.
It swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Some you win, some you lose.
I just changed them. They're all the right wipers, aren't they? Because I did change them. Well, went to Euro Car Parts and got them.
Maybe why they're falling off. They're on the wrong way around.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Silly me.
You didn't want that coming off on the motor.
Come on that side.
Sorry.
Sounds different, doesn't it?
It sounds like a different car completely.
Right, well, I suggest you go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
To be perfectly
I want
honest with you.
to. I mean, I bought a set of alloys, 19s for it. I mean, does that affect just like
Yeah,
alloys?
It will affect it.
Yeah.
You may possibly get the all-wheel control
Flick up.
flick up.
Right.
You may do.
Okay.
Have you gone ridiculously wider or not?
No, there's, exactly. So, but it is 8.5s. I've got to tell you what the size I've got. I've got 19. They're 19 inch, 8.5 wide they are. So I think they're
Running, what, a 30 profile on it?
yeah. Well, I'm going to be running a 30 profile on it. Yeah.
It's going to be like running on rubber.
No, sorry. 35.
Still going to be like running on rubber bands.
Really?
Yeah, I tell you, it'll make a big difference. You'll probably love it, but
Yeah.
it would really get on my wick. It'll be too harsh.
Right.
That's what I like about these. They're a great
Yeah.
compromise between sporty
Yeah.
and too sporty.
And they've run flat tyres on this car, obviously because of the car. Is that why it's got run flats? Because of obviously
They're not run flats,
they're not. It says that they're run flats.
are they?
That's what it says. Yeah.
Is it?
Well, I looked on it. Yeah, they're all run flat tyres. Obviously, I put these on because the missus kept whacking the rims. But yeah, if you where is it? Tubeless. Yeah, somewhere you'll see it. It'll say.
I must admit, I didn't notice run flat written on it, but I'm prepared to be corrected. I don't think they're run flats.
It says it on it somewhere. I know it does. I've seen it.
Let me go and get a torch.
My eyes are gone, mate. My eyes are gone all funny. Yeah, I'm sure they're run flats. Sure they are.
Right.
Because the sidewall's really hard on them. There you are. What's that? There you go. Run flat.
Ah,
See it?
okay. Well,
But yeah, anyway, getting back to that, because obviously for safety, is that why they're not? Is there anything wrong with me putting normal tyres on this rather than run
they
flats?
come standard with normals. I've only ever driven one other with run flats on it, and that's
Right.
Michelin's.
Okay.
To be honest with you, those tyres,
Yeah.
although they're budget,
Yeah.
they actually drive really well.
Right.
And on the motorway, they drive extremely well.
Right. Yeah.
And they're actually quite quiet.
Because the thing is that I wanted to put Bridgestones on it.
Yeah, you might find there's quite a rising road noise.
Right. Yeah. With the Bridgestones. But then the reason I was put off the Michelin is because people say they don't last long. Was that bollocks? Because they're sticky. They're more of a sticky tyre than rather than a hard wearing tyre.
Well, I mean, the guy I had in today, he's got Michelin run flats on that, and he's done quite a few miles on that now.
Yeah.
But it handles really well. I think some of the best tyres I've ever driven on one of these for sheer all round
Yeah.
were Vredestein sensor tracks,
Okay.
but they're difficult to get hold of.
Right.
But they were beautifully quiet,
Yeah.
and the car felt really quite poised and balanced on it.
Right.
I mean, the original Yokos that they come on,
Yeah.
shit, terrible.
Right.
They really are nasty tyres. It's a minefield tyres with these.
So basically, I've got the rims, 19 rims, yeah. So it's just choosing a proper tyre for it. That's going to obviously. I mean, they're 40s on there at the moment. The profile's 40, so I want to go down to 35. I've got no choice. I have to, because they're a rub. But getting back to the warranty side of things, if I put obviously wheels on it, does that affect the warranty just by putting is it just
not as far
or is it
as
just
I'm
purely engine and modifications that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, if you change the wheels, you'll be all right.
Okay.
But to be honest, if you had a problem, then if you were that worried about it, just swap them back.
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep them and put them in the shed anyway, you know. But
Yeah.
what do you reckon on the stickers? Do you think?
I don't personally like stickers.
You know what? A lot of people said it is what it is. You shouldn't have done that. But I think it just makes it stand out a little bit. That's all.
It does, yeah.
Rather than just all being plain.
I just like mine plain, to be honest with you.
What colour is yours?
Mine's silver.
Silver. Cool. I can't believe how quiet that clutch pack is. It's absolutely like it's like another engine in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's time showing as well. I think some of the reset protection data on that,
Right.
because when I took the chain out, it was a lot more warm than it actually said so in the computer.
Oh right. Okay.
So
So do you think there might have been a little bit of wear there as well?
in the time chain it was, yeah.
Oh right. Well, they stretch over the time anyway. Like you say, I mean, it's done 71.
Some would have been in there before.
Oh, someone had been in there before.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It wasn't factory sealant holding it together.
Oh right. Okay.
So someone had definitely been in there before, which is why I went in there.
Is it not a gasket on the rocker then, or was it just a
There's
sealant?
a gasket on the cam box, but the rest of it's all what we call forming place a gasket.
Okay.
Which to the average Joe you just call silicone, but it's not.
Right.
Silicone's nasty shit.
Okay.
Never to be used on cars.
Yeah.
Ours is a proper, well we call it, let's say, forming place a gasket. It's actually made by 3Bond.
Right.
It's made for the Japanese.
Did you notice the front pads? I think they're on their fucking way.
Yeah, they're getting pretty low.
Yeah, I got them indoors. I bought all the pads for it. It cost me £100
Right.
for the Brembos.
Genuine Brembos.
Genuine Brembos. I checked with the company and I made sure I gave them. He took the registration and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of places wanted £200 for them and places like that.
They do, yeah.
But it says genuine
Okay.
on them, and it's got all the codes out on the. Well, I'm
I
assuming.
generally find anybody that steers away from anything other than genuine Brembo, you'll end up with a lot of brake noise.
Yeah, that's why it was important for me to get the Brembo. A lot of people say, oh, you could put other ones on there. So now the Brembo calipers, I want the Brembo pads to go inside them as well. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should enjoy it now.
Yeah,
And
if you do the brakes in, when you get the pads out,
yeah,
clean the calipers right out.
yeah,
Get yourself an alkaline wash with a brush.
Yeah.
Get in there, clean it and hose it out.
Yeah.
Then dry it all out.
just
Then put all your pads in.
put a bit of grease on them and then just throw them in, innit?
Well, if it comes in, it's in a genuine red.
Yeah,
white
yeah,
rainbow
yeah,
box.
it's in the box,
Right.
yeah.
Well, it'll come. It should come with 2 little tubes.
Oh yeah, and you smeared one there.
One tube is the black graphite, which you put on the back of the shims,
Yeah,
and the other one is a little bit of really thick
yeah,
copper slip,
okay, yeah.
really thick stuff, and put that on the edge of the pad where you slot it into the
Oh,
caliper.
right, okay.
Don't go mental with it.
Yeah, just a bit on the edge.
Only needs a little bit.
And they do suffer from heat as well, damn G's, don't they?
They suffer from lacquer. Well,
That's just lacquer, isn't it? That's just lacquer pill.
Shit. They all do it. It's just terrible.
Because I'm going to have them redone, I think. It's just the lacquer though, isn't it?
It's the lacquer that comes off.
I mean, like, if I took that, for instance, if I took that rim off, I mean, indoors I've got proper, this HT something lacquer, it's up to 800 Celsius, and if I just take the orange peel off it, and then re-lacquer them, I think it should be fine, shouldn't it?
You'll have to get it off, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Mine is starting to go.
What is it? It's 2 bolts, isn't it, to drop the caliper off anyway, on the back end, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, I don't think it's the hardest job in the world to pull a caliper off and
No,
take it
it's not.
indoors and give it a bit of a treatment and, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if because I think the paint's actually good. I don't think it's anything to do with the paint.
No, it's lacquer.
It's just the lacquer, isn't
If
it?
you peel the lacquer off, then you can.
And then I can just re-lacquer it, can't I?
Re-lacquer it.
Yeah. I don't want to go down the road of respraying them, because a lot of people have done that.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is if you respray them, I don't think it'll be as good as what
No.
they stick on it. It's
No.
purely the lacquer, and it gets in around. Well,
It's water as well, and then we go to these car washes.
generally starts around the bleed nipples.
Yeah, and I think it's just people take it to car wash over the years and they spray it with acid and all that sort of stuff as well.
Because I changed mine under warranty.
Right.
I bought mine brand new.
Okay.
And mine went after about 2 years.
Yeah,
So I got them changed under warranty, and they were like £800.
yeah, they are. They're expensive.
Unfortunately, they had to take them back, which is a bit of a bummer because I was able to keep them. But even my new ones now are starting to go.
Right. So it's just something. It's a bit of maintenance for you, basically, isn't it?
I mean, I look after mine really meticulously, but
I mean, do you know what it is? You know, my brother, see what this car was making. He said, "Oh, you're a fussy cunt. You're a fussy cunt." I said, "Mate, I paid 17 grand plus a 25% loan that I got to pay the bank. It cost 23 grand this car nearly. Do you know what I mean?" Of course, I was going to take it back under warranty. Oh yeah, but you know, you're fussy. This, oh, I'm a fussy person. That's just the way I am. You know what I mean?
trust me, it's had a lot of time spent on it to get it right.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. Well, you can hear it now.
Yeah.
It's as quiet as you're ever going to make one at 71,000 miles.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much indeed. And
Yeah.
hopefully I won't see you next month.
No.
Hopefully
Yeah.
you won't see you again.
No, we will do, because I'm going to get an extended warranty, and if anything goes wrong, I can bring it back. I think that's the
Yeah,
sensible.
you know the car. How much is it?
I've no idea.
It's going to be a good 500 quid
It's not
or
gonna
plus.
be cheap. Because these things aren't cheap to
Yeah,
repair.
as we know.
You know, it's like.
It's like it's an
I
insurance,
don't
isn't
know
it?
how much petrol you put in this yet, but you know, you got to run it on super unleaded.
Yeah, it's not bad on petrol at all, to be honest. If you drive at normal, it's actually really good. I find it good.
I think I got 27 of the gun out of it when I ran it up to Cirencester, and I took it out this morning, and I think I got 26 out of it. So if you don't cane them,
Yeah.
get reasonably good mileage out of them.
That is water, isn't it? Coming out.
Yeah, it's where he's washed it.
Yeah. Dip it, taste
No,
it.
it is.
See if it's oil water. Well, if it was oil, it wouldn't be there unless it was coming out of the exhaust pipe.
Not oil. I have checked, double checked, and triple checked.
But yeah, so the safe plan with these cars is basically keep it as it is, get an extended warranty, and yeah, it should be all right. If, like, obviously, because of the expense of everything that goes wrong, if it needs another gearbox or whatever, it's just a peace of mind, isn't it? To know, do you know what? I've got warranty on this car. I can give it back to them, and they can put a new gearbox in it if it needs it, or
still
clutch back, or
If you can afford to do it, then change the oil annually on the boxes.
annually. Yeah.
Every year, yeah. And the filter on it.
Yeah.
Little filter on it.
I mean, like, it had a service just before it came to you guys. I mean, when it's showing, it was just serviced.
Who serviced it?
It's my brother. He's got
Right, and
and
again, what I will say is don't put patent filters on it.
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. Yeah.
Because
Because that's what he said to me. He said, "Look, I'm going to put like Yeah, the pattern filter's not
Well,
genuine,
you're-
but will it affect the warranty? Is what he was saying to me. I said,
Patent
look.
filter went in the shit bucket.
Oh, did
I've got
it?
a genuine one on it, yeah.
Okay. So always
Yeah.
genuine parts then,
I
yeah.
always buy genuine parts, and again, you get back up with genuine parts because if you put a patent filter on it,
Yeah.
let's just say the filter gives up,
Yeah.
and your engine gets lunched.
Yeah. It's not covered, is it?
You try and get any comeback on that.
Yeah.
You buy a genuine filter from us, and if that filter fails,
Yeah.
we'll quite happily rebuild that engine.
Yeah. Right.
Because you've bought a genuine part, it's guaranteed if it's fitted right and it can be proved that the filter's failed, then
But do you know what it is? It's just so extortionate for the service. I mean, compared. I mean, I paid, what did I pay? We paid 288. That was like nearly 600 quid.
we'll get some. If we've got someone that can service it, then great, service it, but come and buy genuine bits.
Yeah, but can I get them from here? Genuine
Yeah.
parts. So I can just come in here and go, right, I need a filter, blah, blah.
Just say,
Oh,
I want an
okay.
oil filter, an air filter, whatever, but I would always recommend genuine parts.
Okay,
You can't beat them, period.
cool. Did you get the bit for the GoPro out the
Yeah.
car? Yeah, so it's not a bad car for 71,000 miles on.
I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really
So,
do.
I just thought that the people, the people who owned it before, I thought that maybe they just wrecked it. Like, because of the clutch pack and the gearbox and everything else.
I've seen some really tatty examples of these.
Yeah?
And
So when this first come to you, it wasn't actually a tatty example then? It was actually, you think it was actually quite good?
Considering its mileage,
Yeah.
and it's done big mileage, considering
Yeah.
how old it
I
is.
can't believe how much I paid for it with that
No.
mileage on it. I mean, I could have got one so much cheaper with less mileage.
I mean, mine's done 26,000.
I looked,
5 years old.
I looked at one the other day, 15 grand, it only done 25,000 miles.
But there are some really tatty ones about.
Yeah.
I've seen some real howlers.
Does that sound about right, that price though? For
Yeah,
one that's done
it had 25,000 miles on the clock. There's an 08 plate, and 25,000, had a right old rattly clutch pack on it, put a rattling away. I looked at the calipers were actually genuine and they had no orange pin on them, and it only had done 25,000 and he wanted 15 grand for it. So,
It kind of sounds alright, but the problem with these is they start to go through a few owners now,
Yeah.
and